From the deep, dark reaches of Star Trek Online comes Nikodas, Tabbytha, and Grebog with another episode of Fleet Action Report.
Welcome to Fleet Action Report, the show where we don't just play the game, but we teach you how to play the game.
I'm Tabbytha, that was Nikodas, and here is Grebog.
Computer, run program. Episode 205, Droning On.
Attack of the drones.
Send in the clones, or send in the drones.
All the options. There were so many options of good show names we could have called this.
Droning on and on and on.
And on and on. Anyway.
Coffee.
Yeah. If you'd like to support us, one, being here, listening to our silly antics is punishment enough for you. Or I mean, is something we really appreciate. You could also support us at Ko-fi, which is ko-fi.com/GREBOG, or obviously, you can do it here at Twitch. We have all the options for you if you so desire. Well, maybe not all the options. I guess I could set up a Venmo or yada, 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 but we give you multiple options. But like I said, being here is support enough.
It is, in fact. Grebog, what have you been up to this week?
This week, glad that I have air conditioning, because we're getting into like 90-degree weather. Yeah. Or at least it's a window air conditioner. I guess it's not really. It is air conditioning. Just yeah. My Pathfinder 2 group decided to throw some curveballs at me, and I threw some curveballs right on back. They're like, "Hey, let's go talk to this person." I'm like, "Oh, let's see. Their name is okay, fantasy name. Timus, yes, Timus, the wise old Timus who like 20 years ago got found a shadow friend that's been tormenting him ever since. But let's see I've been doing my Star Trek Online dailies. I've been doing time running in WoW. We are getting closer in WoW to getting the all the heroic awakened bosses down. This week was Amir Drasil awakened, and we got past Smolderon, and I can't remember if we got down Tendril. I think we might have got Tendril down. I don't know. Yeah. It was a night. I think we got Tendril down. Tendril's a tough. Like, Smolderon's tough too. You got to do mechanics, or you just kill everyone.
Smolderon is very annoying.
But what else? I know I've been doing other stuff, but it's been one of those weeks. So, eeny, meeny, miny, Nikodas, what have you been up to, and how have you been?
Well, I put my drone build together, and that took longer than I honestly expected. A lot of it was purchased, and we'll go over that here shortly, but some of it required some missions to be ran multiple times.
You're the Pavo.
Yeah, the Pavo healing crystal, and I'll explain all that when we go over the build here shortly. It was fun to put together, and then playing along with the number of drones. We'll get to that anyway. So that was fun. I will say the D&D game was surprisingly fun. That was probably one of the best sessions that I think we've had in your game, Grebog. It was just really good. A lot of role play opportunity. Not any huge fights, but the fight we had was challenging, and actually we didn't beat the villain we faced. He got away, or they got away. So yeah, it was just a neat session. So thank you for that. Destiny 2 has taken up a ton of my time. Destiny 2 has launched a new expansion called The Final Shape. This ends the light and dark story that has been running all the way back in Destiny 1. So kind of like the big culmination of 10 years of gameplay story and stuff. It's a really epic ending. It's a lot of fun. I've been trying to run all of the missions on a higher difficulty, what they call their legendary difficulty. And I'm on the very last fight, and I've been beating my head against this wall for 3 days, and I mean I've pulled other players in and tried to do it as groups, and yeah, it's a wall, man, and it's been rough trying to get through it. So that's essentially been my week. Oh, and I did play some more of the Pandaria um, thing that they have going on that I can't think of the name of right now.
Time running.
Thank you. That, yes. I am working on. I'm pushing 60, getting my main character to level 60. So there is that too. I need to focus on that and bump that up to 70. But like every time I do that, I log in for like an hour, and then I'm like, Destiny is calling me, and I switch over to that and beat my head against the wall for a couple hours. So yeah, that's been my week. Tabby, how's yours?
My week's been pretty good. Been working on this drone build, um, which honestly I didn't put as much time into as I would have liked, but I do like my choices. And of course, the thing is that it's not supposed to be meta; it's supposed to be cool. Other than that, I've been playing. I've been continuing my exploration of tanking in World of Warcraft on my Death Knight. Um, and let's see what doing the Panda remix thing. I haven't been working on any of the raids. I've primarily been just like farming up bronze to get all the appearances.
Cool.
Is it?
But
See, we
also,
oh,
what's
sorry.
that?
I was gonna say, yeah, we've had a group that have been pushing through the different things to get people their trinkets and rings and neck. So yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, I am also a big thing is I am working on getting back into school. I've submitted my application for the local community college to go to get an associate's in graphic design.
Well, good luck.
Very
Thank you.
nice.
Yes, I'm really excited and look. It'll probably be in the fall semester, but I'm really excited for that. I think like anybody who sees what I do wouldn't be surprised by me going for a graphic design degree. But
I
that's all
mean,
I got.
all the artwork you do.
Yeah, on the artwork.
All right, this week in STO, finding out what's new with it. There that we still have the R&D week, and that sort of announced, or no, was that the one they announced this week? No, that's the one that was in here that I found that now is being hidden by the Admiralty. Okay, so R&D Weekend, that was still scheduled for June 25th to July 2nd. Which is 50% more research XP for all R&D schools. So if you are needing that June 25th, so in 5 days, you'll be able to start up all your R&D funness.
All right. Tabby, you're up.
Admiralty bonus week. If you have any more, if you have any of those special recruit characters that are working on that, on their Admiralty tasks, now is the best time to do it because it's Admiralty bonus week from today through the 27th. You get Dubcle campaign XP during the event.
Oh yes, you're gonna make sure to say all my misspellings.
Hey, Grebog, see that boss?
Now you're making me go back through all the notes to check spelling.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I
We get it. Grebog types super fast, and his brain and his fingers do not move at the same speed, and things happen.
Hey, I mean, I'm neurodivergent too, so that's like my typing's constantly a mess. So it's all in good fun and all in love.
I know.
I love you.
All
I
right,
love you,
Nikodas.
Grebog.
Oh, right. Mud Soul System Defense Bundle has been announced. It's actually went live today, and it's 50% off until July 4th. The pick 3 sale price is $147.50, or that's US dollars, or 14,750 Zen. The regular price is 29,500 Zen, and then there's a mega bundle which is 30,000 Zen while it's half off, and then 60,000
Actually,
Zen.
their blog post is wrong. That is not its price. In game, it is 25,000 Zen or half price, and only 50,000 full regular price.
What about the pick 3 then? Is it correct?
Pick 3 is right.
Okay. I was hoping that was going to be wrong as well, but obviously not.
Oh well.
Sad face.
That is okay. We will take what we can get.
Also, it should be noted that all the other Muds items are 75% off. So if you still need that Nanopulse Targ, if you still need Jarvis, the Dino.
Jasper.
Jasper.
You can name him Jarvis. I don't. You can call the Dino whatever you want. I named mine Jasper.
That's fair.
I will then.
Jarvis. I like Jarvis. Jarvis is good. The choices are as follows: the Saturn Intel Science Spearhead, the United Earth Defense Force vessel, and the Mars Pilot Escort are your 3 ships. You can also get 9 experimental. Do what?
Hallowed are the Ori.
Oh, yeah. You can get 9 experimental ship upgrade tokens. You can get 2 tier 6 ship tokens. That's 100% off tokens from the Zen store. You can get 10 ultimate tech upgrades or 16 elite bridge officer tokens. If you do the pick 3 bundle, you only get 3 of them. If you get the mega bundle, you get all the items. And that's all I got. Here's the torch, Grebog.
So yes, you too. If you want to fly a tooth, aka the Earth Defender thing. It looks like a flying tooth. It's brought to you by the Earth Dental Association.
Well, see, that's
9 out of 10 dentists agree that it's a wonderful ship.
Yeah.
That's the perfect ship to equip the trifluoride torpedo on.
Yep. All right, so Xbox and PlayStation are having a Zen sale right now, 20% off. Yeah, it started technically yesterday, but 20% off all Zen purchases for console players. You have until July 3rd to buy your stuff and things. I find it odd. Normally, they do a Tuesday, Thursday thing, but even with consoles. But this time, the consoles are doing a Monday, Wednesday thing. Because I believe, or not Monday, it was a Wednesday thing. So it's just a little weird to me.
Off.
Yeah.
So we had a leak today. The next ship going into a lockbox is in the lockbox, even though it shouldn't be. It's the USS Credence, which is the Credence Miracle Worker Dreadnought Cruiser. This is a 32nd century ship featured in the the newest season?
Let's see.
Well, it did show up in Araga, but it also first was seen in season 4, episode 3, Choose to Live.
There you go.
It was the ship that Javini boarded and stole the dilithium from.
Spoilers.
I would imagine it's also in the final episode when they show all the other a bunch of various ships in Discovery.
Yeah, it's
Again,
probably gonna be like
spoilers.
teeny tiny.
I
though.
didn't say why they're showing all these various ships. You just have to watch to figure it out.
That's true.
Yeah,
All
you
right,
see a lot
so
of ships in the final episode.
Yeah.
Don't, we're not going to tell you why.
this was an accidental leak. We don't have the stats or anything yet. They're treating it as a treat, where hey, look, this is coming. Here you go.
Well, it's not like they can backpedal and pull it out before people see it.
So there you go. That is the next ship coming, USS Credence. Tabby, you gonna take a moment with this cat going on?
Wait, take a moment with the chat going on.
Cat.
The cat.
Oh, the cat, the Captain Alteration token.
Yeah.
Yeah,
CAT.
so the Captain Alteration token has been fixed and re-implemented. You can find it in the, let's see, in the items section of the C-Store. See, it's right there. You can get, right now it's 20% off, so you get one for 600, and then you can also get three for I think it's like 1,500.
1,200.
I bought three and I haven't used them all yet, so I guess I guess I can't. Oh, wait, hang on. Purchase. There we go. Well, anyway, it's in there. It's fine. There it is. 1,200 for three. But since I've already tested it and used it, I figured I would show you on the character that I've been waiting to use this on. So pretty much you have to go to your tailor, and you open up the tailor thing, and then at the bottom where it says where, rename, create, modify, there is now a button that says change species. You click that little button there, and it brings up a menu of it brings up pretty much the character customization, character creation menu where you pick your species, and any species that are available to the faction that you have picked, you can pick from. In this case, I'm going to pick Alien because I intend to make her effectively a Romulan. Wish.com Romulan. So I picked my species there, hit apply, and it's going to go, warning, changing your captain's species or gender will convert your existing outfits to be compatible with the change, but the conversion may not be perfect. Your character's skills will have a force retrain and all traits will be unslotted. So the thing that they constantly do accidentally is now going to be done deliberately. I'm going to hit purchase there. And then, boom. Suddenly, I'm an alien. And of course,
maybe you were always an alien.
I was always an alien. Of course, now I can go through and I can make my head into a Romulan.
The Romulan has been born.
And a Romulan has been born.
All right, so while you do that, let's move on here. Okay, so we're going to move on to our primary target here. We did a ground build based on drones. How many drones can we summon? Tabby was supposed to go first, but she's building her character, so I'll take the lead here if you guys don't mind.
Go for it.
Sure. We'll start with the weakest. Or I mean,
you may very well be right. I didn't get all the buffs that you have, Mr. Engineer. Do you want to go first? Since you're
I don't care. I
ahead.
can go first. Sure.
Go ahead.
So a drone build works amazing on an engineer, and a lot of it comes to you get some extra stuff being an engineer because well, we're all about like anyone that remembers when kit frames used to decide what you could do. There used to be the kit frame that was called a fabrication engineer, and it would let you. That's where you got all your pets, or well, your mechanical pets, your turrets, your drones, and stuff like that. But since they have gone to our current system with kit modules, which I like way better because you can set up your kits how you want them. So for me, I went with a tripwire drone, which is from the intelligence school. You can pick that up in the Dilithium store when you go to the Intel modules, and it is the last one, all the way at the bottom. This is a thing that charges your enemies and knocks them down, and also does kinetic damage, which means 50% shield penetration. I then also have a engineering kit module here, explosive drone. This I picked up off the exchange. It was fairly cheap, I think. Oh, I didn't put the price. Actually, I had one sitting around, but that's a whole other story. But yeah, you can pick that up in the exchange. I think it was going for around 25 million. Wasn't too bad. I also have an engineering kit module Vodwar anchor drone. Now this one, it's not so much for damage. It anchors it pulls one of your enemies out of the fight, sort of. It roots them, and I kind of like that for the fact that if you ever get swarmed, you definitely now have one of the bad guys just doing nothing. Like they're like SOL standing there taking damage. I have a seeker drone because seeker drones are fun and amazing. This is another engineering kit module. And then we have onto universal modules. We have an explosive Sung drones. These also, once again, charge the enemies and blow up. And then we have the Dot 23 drone, which I went with the engineering variant. Now note, this is a universal kit module. There are tactical and there is a science one, but the engineering one gives a special bonus for your special using a kit module to deploy a pet grants mechanical pets overcharge for 7 seconds. Overcharge causes the closest nearby foe suffering 79.9 electrical damage once per second. It basically gives all your drones that if you notice, mine all have a theme of charging enemies. I did that because of this Dot 23, because once they charge, they can zot the heck out of the enemies they've charged. Yeah. So that's my drones. I did go with the Borg Combat Structure Engineering kit module or kit frame, and that's because deploy a Borg combat structure after using 7 kit modules. So every time I'm summoning drones, I get a combat structure every so often. More summoning mechanical pets type stuff. I have here the Romulan Imperial Navy combat armor. You probably could go with instead the Burnham set from Discovery, but I already had this on him. It's a decent combat armor. It comes from the Iconian War Arc Uneasy Allies mission. I have also for his environmental suit is just the 23rd century environmental suit. That's partially because I was going with the sort of a theme build. I was trying to keep this guy a little bit retro. And I got this from the Temporal Special Agent, or you can buy it individually for 550 Zen in the Zen store. Shield, I have the Nakul Temporal Operative Personal Shield. That's from the Arc Future Proof, the Temporal Front mission. And then I have also the weapon from that mission, because you got to run it twice if you want the 2-piece set. And the 2-piece gives you a plus crit chance, 2% crit chance, 30% crit severity. So, yeah. I'm using Advanced Fleet Disruptor dual pistols. These are retro looking because they come from K13. I know that typically, you wouldn't see Federation captains with fate or disruptor pistols, but because I had the thought that my guy had obtained them from beating up some random bad Romulan in the past and brought them with him. That was my flavor.
That's your story, and you're sticking to it.
Yep. I'm using the Targ set, which we all know. Summon one Targ, you get both, and then you can alternate. I have the Paradox Corrector. That is it's from the Delta Recruit. It is a nice restore 50% max hit points to team and can resurrect defeated allies, and you can use it to get yourself back up off the floor if you pass out. I put on in the spreadsheet just Tribble or gambling device because depending upon if you have a gambling device or not, I'd say use it. If not, just use the best Tribble you've got for a nice buff. And then of course the Pavan healing crystal. That's the equipment. Any questions? All right, so ground traits. A lot of this is going to be a lot of it you can just go with stuff that you standard. I did pick up assault drone fabrication, which turns all support drones, which being this is an engineer only talent. It is a lockbox talent. I picked it up for about 25 million, it looks like. EC. It turns your support drones into they give them more combat. They basically have a wide beam secondary fire. It lets them do more damage, makes them more fun and effective. I went with creative because kit performance, field technician for kit readiness, lucky for crit hit and exposed chance. It's more for the crit hit. Nanomolecular architect. This is also, I believe, another engineer specific. And it just gives more resistances and regeneration of health to your fabrications, which pretty much all my kit modules are. Now, I have orbital devastation. I don't. It's a little bit costly. If you're ever going to play an engineer, I feel it's a must. It turns your orbital strike into something that's actually usable. It's not pertinent to this build, I would say. I think down the road, any engineer should go get this at some point. Anyone ever used orbital strike and it miss? You understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch it chase down the enemies and actually do damage. I picked up Serenity. That was about 10 million on the exchange. It gives you more kit performance and health regen. It's nice for a little survivability there on top of the kit performance. Soldier increases your ranged weapon attacks and gives more crit severity. Technophile, this is an R&D. Using a kit module gives kit performance. So every time you're summoning a drone, you boost your kit performance, which then boosts your next drone, which, yeah. And then upgraded gear was another one I picked up off the exchange. This one, oddly, was only 10 million. It was fairly cheap. And yeah, it gives kit performance by defeating foes. And it resets on map transfer. So if you are doing a ground TFO or you're doing any kind of like long duration combat on ground, it just keeps stacking up while you're killing stuff. So it is a really good one to have. For active reputation, it's kind of everyone the same for pretty much everything. Medical Nanite Cloud, Defiance, Concussive Tachyon Field, One Little Ship, Piezo Electric, Perimeter Snare. Yeah. Oh, and I guess some alternates I put for personal traits if you don't have them. Penetrating rounds isn't terrible to pick up. Pistol training I put, it's a standard. since I have pistols, it would be an option. If you're using a rifle, obviously go with the rifle training, or you know, whatever you're using, go with that. For ground reputation, I have energized nanites, lethality, deadly aim, magnified armaments, um, miniaturized armaments. Is that right?
Let me check.
Deadly aim, lethality, energized nanites, magnified armaments. Oh, it's the miniaturized Cronton. Yeah.
Chrono capacitor. Yeah.
Oops. But yeah, that is this. I do duty officers. There's a couple in here that I think everyone should pick up if you're doing a drone build. Fabrication engineer, because it gives a chance to get an extra drone upon summoning a drone. Chance to get it, yeah, an additional support drone. I have 2 assault squad officers, one for stacking crit chance and one for stacking crit severity on doing ranged attacks. And then I have a biochemist to recharge time reduced on all stem shield charges and power cells. That's for the Pavan healing crystal. And I have Neil Falconer, but that's more because well, it doesn't help ground really, but it's because it helps everything else. It helps space, technically. But I mean, if you're fighting Borg, which we are fighting a lot of Borg as of late, it is actually going to help you there too. That's my build.
So I'll run next here. I'm just gonna highlight some differences. So obviously I'm not going to have access to all of the engineer specific stuff. So instead, I went with the universal. All of my kit modules are universal. I went with assimilate to turn my enemies into drones. I went with the Dot 23 engineering drone because again it's a universal kit, and this one gives bonuses to others. Grants a mechanical pets overcharge for 7 seconds, so all my pets get overcharged. I've got the Methuselah drone. This one was recommended on STO Better as just one that deals decent damage. I got the Baul drone, which is another one. Now, this is a damage dealing drone, but it deals physical damage and bypasses most of your enemy's shields. So fighting Borg, that's going to be handy. I've got the covert assault drone. I should be detailing this. Let me back up here. So assimilate is the lockbox. Dot 23 is lockbox. Methuselah is from the K13, the fleet K13. Baul drone is lockbox. The covert assault drone is lockbox. And then I picked up the Tholian technology suite because it summons, passively summons a combat drone. And this is from a previous event. I don't think it's currently available, but if you ran the event, you can use it. For let's see, the kit itself, I also used the Borg combat structure because why not? Body armor. I've got the Borg exoskeletal frame. This is a Lobby store item, and it's got down here at the bottom Borg efficiency, which is a universal kit recharge. It basically reduces the cooldown by half on universal kit modules. So I thought that would be handy to have. So I'm running that. I've got the cool stuff. Typically, I use a plasma wide beam rifle, but we're going to be fighting Borg, so I've got the Cochrane shotgun equipped right now, and my devices are the same as Grebog's. For specializations, now I want to touch on this briefly because there is one that matters, and I don't have it. The temporal operative specialization has this power right here, which gives a 10% power recharge speed on all kit modules. So this again is a cooldown for your kit modules to make them come back up faster. So that's what's recommended to use with a drone build like this. Obviously, I don't have enough specialization points to build this up. Otherwise, I would have ran it. So going without, but that's the one that's recommended. And then, of course, if you're going to be doing a bunch of ground commando as your secondary. For personal traits, I just picked up 2. I am running more than that, but these 2 are specific to the build. I've got Serenity, which is from the exchange for about 10 million, and upgraded gear from the exchange for about 10 million. Both of those increase K-Perf. So this one here, apparently it's not going to scroll automatically, gives health regen and 15 K-Perf, and then the other one gives 2.5 K-Perf on defeating a foe and stacks up to plus 50, and then it resets anytime you move a map or if you are defeated. So lots of K-Perf there. I could not find any other traits for tactical that increases K-Perf. There may be some out there, but otherwise I just went with either what Grebog talked about or just some general ones that either increase all damage or crit chance. Ground reps are the same as Grebog's. Duty officers. This is one more little difference I have. Let me pull my duty officers up. So I've got Neil Falconer and then stacking crit, chance, and severity. But I went with the EMH Mark 1 because it has a chance of summoning an EMH Mark 1 anytime you use a hypo, and the Pavin healing crystal acts as a hypo. It also stacks with all of your bridge officers. So anybody else on your team or any bridge officers that are using a Pavin healing crystal has a chance of summoning an EMH Mark 1. And I have had 5 of them at one point in time running around behind me. So that was fun. The other one to note is I'm using Tendi. This is the first time I've ever used Tendi, but Tendi offers a kit recharge bonus to healed targets. What I don't know is if you heal yourself, if that counts. I'm still testing. I think it does, but I'm still testing. But anyway, that's my differences there. That is all I've got as far as differences go. I'm going to hand it over to Tabby to let her talk about hers, and then we're going to go kill something. So take it away, Tabby.
Well, given that I am mine is a science and also not an engineer, my traits and my trait selections are going to be roughly the same as Nikodas's, so I'm not going to bother going into that. For kit modules, I also picked the Methuselah. I also picked the .23 engineering. But I am running the Camarque 3-piece. So I've got the Camarque microgenerator drone. And I've got the Camarque armor and shields. And of course, the Camarque shield gives you the kind of the similar effect as the Nakul one, where you get kind of like a little cheat death, a little bit. But I've got the 4-piece running. And so with the 2 set, you get plus 25 K-Perf. And then with the 4 set, the kit performance from consuming shields is improved to 150. So pretty much you get a button that lets you do like a shield consumption thing. I don't use it that much, but it's there. You can get a bunch of K-Perf from the shield ability. And of course you got Symphony of Lightning, which is an amazing AoE. And that's enhanced by K-Perf. And then the 4 set, you get an additional 50 additional K-Perf. So that's plus 200. Plus 50 additional, then plus 150 from the shield ability. So that's so getting a ton from that set there. I've got the Watcher robots. I've got the Echo Papa 607 drone. This is a pretty cool one in where the kit stays active for 60 seconds. And if the first drone dies, it could, if the first one that summons is a Mark 1. If the Mark 1 dies, Mark 2 drone, which is more powerful, will spawn. And then if that one dies within the 60-second window, a Mark 3 will spawn that's even more powerful. And so I think that's off that TNG episode where they went down that planet and the little drones kept flying around and attacking them, and were getting progressively stronger as they were defeated. And then my last kit is the Liberated Terran Exocomps from the Redshift mission. Oh, by the way, the Methuselah is off of K13, and then the others you buy off the exchange for not a terrible amount of money. But I've got for my weapons, I've got the Kumarke weapon in the secondary slot, which gives the 4-piece. So kit module, armor, shield, weapon, and in the primary slot you can just kind of go with whatever you want really. Today I'm using the cyclic modulation blast assault because I gotta deal some. I've got a couple of different energy type endeavors. So I'm going to use the cyclic modulation to kind of shuffle between the energy types to finish those. But as far as traits and everything go, roughly the same as Nikodas.
Okay. Are we ready then?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
Let's go fight some Borg.
Let's go fight some Borg.
Queuing us for the Borg Battle Royale. Maybe.
Tommy gun equipped.
It didn't queue us.
What? How dare?
I don't know what's going on. It is not queuing us. Let's rebuild the team, guys. Friends. Invites sent.
Probably because the team was formed and then I switched characters, which had to have me get reinvited. That seems to bungle it.
Yeah,
we will.
Okay. Yeah, that went much better. I don't know why the game does that, but there you go. It's a feature, not a bug.
Thank you for coming.
I am ready. This is going to be fun. Drones everywhere. Now, the only thing about my build that's going to not feature in here is I can't assimilate Borg. So one of my buttons is going to be pretty much worthless, but you'll see the rest of them over here. And then I do have a cooldown button, and they all jump down to less than half of their cooldown number. So there you go. Some healing going. My drone's back out. The cooldown reduction is handy for the Borg combat structure because the more you activate your universal consoles, the more combat structures you're going to end up with. Which are going to help you fight your enemies. So there you go. Oh, and yeah, the Targs. I thought about switching to either the Furyadon or the Walker to kind of better fit the theme of a drone. But man, the Targs are just too good to pass on. Well, I thought about using these guys too, the Watcher robots. Those guys are fun.
The Targs have like tech stuff attached to them, so like I think we can include them in the flavor of the build.
That's fair. Got 2.23s out. I didn't even know I could do that.
No, I've got one.
I've got one.
Is yours following me around? Because I had 2 of them following me.
Oh. Oh, I see what you're
Briefly.
saying.
Briefly, my little Methuselah drone is like ripping these guys apart. It's kind of funny.
So if you see the spinning thing, that is the tripwire drone that is waiting for a target to go trip someone up.
It looks really cool. So I ran the Pavo mission earlier today with this build, and dude, I was assimilating like everything that moved. At one point in time, I think I had like 9 or 10 Borg drones following me around on top of all my other drones. It was hilarious. Back in the day, we had a friend. I think it was on Diablo 2. But Grebog and I had a friend who did a pet build, and at one point, like if he would teleport somewhere, he would be stuck because he had so many pets that he had to wait for them to move before he could move his actual character. And I felt like that with the number of Borg drones I had.
Hey, do y'all want to run after this? Y'all want to run through the Pavo mission? Because I'd kind of like that crystal.
Yeah, I can do that real quick.
I don't know.
That way I can assimilate things and show off all my Borg drones. If you guys don't kill them too fast. The last time I ran the assimilator, I did not put it on my spam bar. This time I have it on the spam bar, so I'm a lot better at using it, like, consistently. Man, you've got those tripwire drones like everywhere.
I'm trying to trip them up.
Oh man, we're done. Like, we ripped through that.
That was the fastest I think I've done this one.
That was a lot quicker than I expected.
End simulation. I speak from experience when I say that fighting the Borg can be a
Wow. Okay,
Pets
so
are impressive. Yeah.
That was crazy. I didn't even realize we were that high up in the numbers yet. Man, it might be fun to take these guys after the event, when it goes unlimited. We might want to take these characters in there and just see how far we can get.
Okay, so we are doing.
It is illusion of communication, I think.
Yes.
Aha.
I can share it.
And Jawula's
I got it.
discovery.
V5 does not meet the requirements.
Well, that's because I hadn't skipped it yet.
Gotcha.
I've got it now.
I am transwarping out there. Oh, I'm also dressed as a drone because I thought, why not? So I put the Borg outfit on so I look like a Borg drone.
2 RRW ships over there.
And what's wrong with that?
Nothing. I just found it funny that it put YouTubes right next to each other and then me off by myself.
All right, Federation.
Based on my readings, I believe.
Actually, I think I might not get credit for it because I didn't actually click the start mission button. So let me pop out and then back in.
Sure.
I think that's the thing.
Maybe that's what I need to do. I'll try that too. Because I just clicked the accept when it said transfer map.
Yep. I think if you don't actually click the begin mission button, that's why some missions we don't get credit for.
That's interesting. That's an interesting feature.
It's fine.
Oh, somebody beam up the survivors back there, please. I always forget that one. Even when I ran this solo, like I would always forget the first one and then have to go back for it.
I have the coordinates for the science station on the planet's surface. It is logical to assume that...
Down to the ground. And so it begins.
the research
Oh, this is gonna be amazing.
Your assistance is appreciated.
Not a whole lot of chat today in chat.
My injuries are not life-threatening.
the device there near the crystal.
Word got out.
enabled it to
I'm an
interrupt
evil
the Terran
person.
hold on Pavo.
Aren't we supposed to do the thing? Oh,
We are forward.
there we go.
I'll try-
Yeah, you gotta first heal the people. Then you have to come over and get a crystal.
I was
And now you can go to the agonizer. Y'all.
See, I just want to get to the assimilating. I want to get to the drones. Bring in the drones. All right, here we go.
Why isn't the mission progressing? Oh, I don't know, because maybe we skipped some steps.
Forgot to switch my weapon. I talked about it and then I didn't do it. Okay, so I'm going to switch weapons while you guys deal with that.
I had ran when I was doing a more thematic build, the Methuselah drone and the Nomad drone, because, you know.
Yeah, the Nomad one was another one I heard good stuff about. There's my Borg drones.
We should continue before the Terrans send reinforcements.
Now, the only downside to the Borg drones is that they move really slow. But you can always make more. How many crystals do we need?
All
and
of
I
them.
missed this. So the first, it's been a while since I've ran this mission, and I missed this tunnel here, this cave. So I was running all over the place going, where is Tilly? How do I get to Tilly?
This is a crowded cave, y'all.
I gotta see this. Oh, look, here they come. Didn't show them all on the cutscene, though. Just us.
Why don't I give you
Oh, here, I'll summon more help. I'll get a little friend. Okay, somebody want to go up and get that one? I'll run up here. That way I can get the
Disable the
next one.
controls to the left before she forces Pavo to release a lethal wave of psychic energy.
I can do this all day. You? Not so much. Time's up. Ready to die? Ever had an agonizer down your throat? No? You're about to. Now this will be
Wow.
a real
I forgot how blood, like,
You just
I
got
forgot
to my
about her
last word
dialogue.
and jumped all over it.
Yeah, Tilly's an interesting character.
This is definitely not how I saw this ending.
It's fine, Tilly. It's just a warming beam.
Oh, gear, right.
Which is still running around, apparently.
I think we have found all we
And we get a beam up. That was fast. There's my drones saying goodbye as I beam up without them.
Drones.
And the Targs. Targs are staying behind too.
Secured the research preserve. We can use indeed. Now that we can use indeed.
Oh, look, it's the Discovery. Feel like we should
get wrecked.
I feel like we should have put this on a higher difficulty.
No.
Display agreed.
Keep those Klingon ships off us.
Oh, even my ship has drones, guys. So it's following the theme too. Turn back around. This is why I like surgical strikes so much. Things just kind of melt with that 300% bonus damage.
Ion storm intensifying. Soon it will shift Discovery and any ships near.
Unfortunately, this is timed, so it's not like the more we blow up, the faster this goes.
Nope, we just got to keep killing them over and over and over again.
Our shields won't last long if this keeps up.
Oh, stop whining.
Well, don't come over to our side of the universe or multiverse.
Oh, are we supposed to take our own point? Is that what's going? Well, Tabby's in the middle.
No. You're not listening. I was talking to the Discovery, saying, "Hey, if you have a problem with getting attacked and your shield's going down, maybe don't come to our side of the multiverse."
Well, to be fair, in their defense, that was Killy. Killy's the one that actually decided to bring her ship over here because she wanted to control Pavo. And now we're taking Pavo away from her.
No Pavo for you.
And I think we've scared the rest of her crew. So they're like, no, these guys are scary. I want to go back to our own universe.
We want to go home.
I mean, I know they're Terrans, and they're supposed to be, used to pain and death and betrayal and whatnot. But if you read the dialogue, it really does seem like they're scared of us all of a sudden.
That's because we're tearing them up.
This is Discovery. We're moving into position.
Oh, that was terrible.
Oh, look, we're done.
Probes are in 3, 2.
And there's my 2 little drones that look like Klingon ships today. They looked like Federation ships earlier.
When I ran the mission, it wouldn't let me leave earlier. Or like when I did it for the Pavo Crystal. And I'm like, well, I guess thanks, game?
Did it give you guys credit?
Yes, for me.
Yes.
Okay, well, now I have another Pavo Crystal to give to my board.
Admiral Janeway and a team of specialists have...
So I am annoyed that it won't let me rename this Borg officer, the Borg Science Officer. It's just Borg Science Officer. I can't even name him, 2 of 6 or anything. All right, so before we leave, I've got an announcement to our viewers. In 2 weeks, on the 4th of July, there will be fireworks. We are celebrating our 4th year anniversary. And as usual, we want to celebrate with some PvP. That's just a thing we do. This time around, so last year we did shuttles. this time around, we've decided to do things a little different. We are going to use only tier 2 ships. Now, if somebody wants to run in a tier 1 ship, I am okay with that. Just be aware that you're probably going to be down a weapon slot compared to everybody else, and it might make a difference. But if you really like, a tier 1 ship, and that's what you want to fly, go right ahead. But nothing above a tier 2. The other rules are white weapons, white equipment only. Most of the ships will come with that, but if you use one of the former Zen purchase ships, some of them come with blue weapons. You'll have to replace those with white, because the blues will scale with your level and it will give you an advantage. So we're not going to allow those. So white equipment only. There's a vendor on all of the main zones where you can just go and buy tier 1 or tier 3 equipment. You can use the tier 3. That's fine. So white equipment, but nothing higher than tier 3. No consoles at all. So even again, if you have a ship that comes with a console, get rid of that. No consoles at all. However, you are free to use whatever bridge officer abilities the ship will allow you to use. So you're free to set up the ship as far as buff powers however you want. But everything else is going to be on even footing with everybody else who's going to be playing with us. We are looking for people to join us. We have a core group. We have the 3 of us. And then we have a core group of other friends that do tend to join us. But typically, we still end up with 5 or so slots we're looking to fill. So if you want to come celebrate with us and do some fun PvP in a weak ship with white gear, just let us know, and we'll be happy to bring you along. And we'll remind you next week, and then the week of, we'll do we'll ask our viewers if they want to join us and try to do invites that way too. But then we'll spend the rest of the time blowing each other up. It's gonna be glorious. Anybody else want to add to that? Grebog, Tabby.
Nope. No, you've pretty much covered it.
The focus is on fun, not being a dick. That we're not big fans of. Yeah. We're not your standard PvP. Well, because we aren't PvPers. We're just looking to have some fun. So try to come with a good attitude. I guess don't worry about getting blown up. It'll happen. It'll happen to all of us.
Well, that's true. We're all going to get blown up at some point. But that's part of the reason we wanted to make this as fair as possible as far as ships and gear go. So, no epiced out Mark 15 gear. Everybody's going to be on even footing. It should be fun, I think. I think this is going to be one of the more interesting ones that we did. Last year, the shuttles were fine, but we allowed people to put whatever equipment they wanted on there. So it was shuttles that were, like shooting giant lasers in space. I don't know who'd be doing that.
Or other very powerful consoles that, when put on a shuttlecraft, still do amazing damage.
Like fire breathing and stuff. Yeah. It was a little crazy. It was fun, but it was a little crazy. So we're evening things out even more, and hopefully the fights will last a little bit longer this way, because everybody's only gonna be in Mark 2 ships and level 3 gear, and should be fun. That's all I got. So as always, I will see you out there.
Have fun, be safe, and don't set yourselves on fire.
Live long and prosper, everybody. I guess stick around with the computer end program.